tires go bad, something like this happens. Hi, this is a kind of a follow-up to my Boso Hanto trip. This is the same tire that got spiked by a screw, but at the time it wasn't this bad. This tire should have actually been retired about 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers ago, or at least a month ago. What you don't see in the video of the Boso Hanto tour is my experience changing the flat, partly because I ran out of space on my camera. What happened is I patched the tube, but it was kind of hot and I was in a hurry. And what I didn't notice is that there was 2 holes in the tire. So as soon as 2 holes in the tube. So as soon as I put it back in, it didn't hold air. So instead of mucking about with it, I just pulled out the spare tube and replaced it with a brand new tube, and that was fine. But what I didn't really notice at the time was how bad this tire was getting. Some problem I have had a lot in the past where the tread wears out, of course, but it seems that the sidewalls are wearing out at a faster rate than the tread. Maybe it's the tires I have. This particular tire is a Schwalbe Racer, which is probably not the proper tire for the kind of riding I do. But I'm going to take this one off. And fortunately, I bought a Schwalbe Marathon Plus tire, which is much better for the kind of riding I do. As you can see, the sidewall is wearing thin. You can see the threads in the material, and it's amazing that I got home with this bulging out like this without it blowing up or getting a flat. So I'm going to pull this wheel off and put on a new tire, and fortunately I think I can spare the tube. I don't need to replace the tube, although I do have a spare, and I have patched the ones that I used on my tour to Boso Hanto, but I'm going to try and use this tube. Just going to let the air out so I get the tire off the rim. To be quite honest, I am surprised at how fast this tire deteriorated. A week ago, when I was riding through Boso Hanto, it was not nearly this bad. It was getting a little threadbare, but there wasn't any actual places where the tube was visible through the tire. So it's just a good reminder that you have to keep a good eye on your tires, because they're quite literally where the rubber meets the road. You can see how bad the hole's getting. I can even put my thumb through it. I am really surprised I didn't blow this tire out on my way home from work last night. I really shouldn't have ridden it at all. Here's the new Schwalbe Marathon Plus. These are really designed for touring over long distances and a variety of different road conditions. So I think this tire is going to hold up much better than the Schwalbe Racer did. That's more for those people who think going fast is really important. This bike, like most of them, this class has the Presta valves, or in Japanese the Fushiki, which stands for French style valve. I'm not really sure what the advantages to these valves are, but I know that one disadvantage of them is they don't fit the standard Japanese pump, so you need an adapter to go on to the end. So you open up the valve on the tire and you screw the adapter in, and then you can fit a standard Japanese pump on it. In Japan, the standard valve type is what's called in Japanese eishiki, or the British style, which in my opinion are very convenient. They don't look slim and trim and beautiful like the French style, but they're very easy to use, very easy to fill your tires up when on the road. There's no messing about with the valve. You just clamp the hose of your pump onto the end, and you can air them up in no time. Take the adapter off, tighten up the valve, and put the adapter on again for safekeeping, so that it's always there if I need it. There we go. Nice and smooth, and we're all ready to roll.